Have you ever considered that the way you've bathed your entire life, the routine you've always trusted to keep you clean and healthy, could actually be harming you after 70? What if that refreshing shower or relaxing soak in the tub is silently weakening your skin, draining your energy, or even increasing your risk of a dangerous fall? It's shocking, isn't it? For decades, we've been told that frequent bathing equals good hygiene, but after a certain age, the rules change dramatically. The truth about how often seniors should bathe and which body parts require daily care to promote longevity might surprise you. In this video, we're revealing 6 critical areas of the body that must be washed daily to maintain health, prevent infections, and even extend your life. Miss just one, and you could be unknowingly putting yourself at risk. Stay with us until the end, because the last hygiene tip could completely transform the way you or your loved ones approach personal care after 70. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more tips on living your healthiest life. Now, let's begin. Number 1, your tongue. Did you know your tongue hosts over 700 different types of bacteria right now? What's even more concerning is what happens when these bacteria enter your bloodstream. Your tongue isn't just for tasting and talking. It's essentially a living sponge that collects bacteria, food particles, and dead skin cells throughout the day and night. Think about it. When was the last time you actually cleaned your tongue? For most of us over 70, the answer might be never, or I didn't know I needed to. While you've probably been diligently brushing your teeth twice daily for decades, your tongue, just an inch away, might be harboring a bacterial playground that could be affecting your overall health in ways you never imagined. This bacterial colony doesn't just stay in your mouth, it can potentially impact your heart, lungs, and even brain health. Here's what happens. Those bacteria on your tongue don't always stay put. When you have tiny cuts or irritations in your gums, which become more common as we age, bacteria can enter your bloodstream. Many doctors now recognize this as a potential contributor to serious health problems, including heart disease. Some research even suggests connections between oral bacteria and conditions like pneumonia and cognitive decline. This becomes especially worrisome after you've passed 70. Your immune system naturally weakens with age, making it harder for your body to fight off these bacterial invaders effectively. What might have been a minor issue in your 50s can become a significant health concern in your 70s and beyond. But the impact doesn't stop there. Have you noticed food doesn't taste quite as good as it used to? Many seniors attribute this to aging, but often the culprit is the coating that forms on your tongue. This film literally blocks your taste buds, diminishing your ability to enjoy food. This reduced enjoyment often leads to poor nutrition among seniors, as you might eat less when food becomes less pleasurable. Take Linda, for example. At 72, she had gradually lost interest in eating, which concerned her family. After learning about tongue cleaning from her dentist, she added it to her morning routine. After just 2 weeks, she was amazed to report that food suddenly tasted better, improving both her appetite and energy levels. "I thought my taste buds were just getting old," she told her family. "I had no idea that cleaning my tongue would make such a difference." The solution to this often overlooked health issue is surprisingly simple. Spend just 30 seconds each morning giving your tongue the attention it deserves. You can use a tongue scraper, available at any drugstore for under $5, or even the back of your toothbrush in a pinch. Starting at the back of your tongue, as far as is comfortable, gently scrape forward to remove the bacterial coating. Rinse your scraper between passes and repeat a few times until your tongue appears pink and clean. For best results, make this the very first step in your morning routine, even before brushing your teeth. Why? Because the bacteria multiply overnight while you sleep, and addressing this build-up first thing prevents you from swallowing more bacteria with your morning water or coffee. Proper tongue cleaning can immediately improve your breath, a social benefit many seniors appreciate, enhance your sense of taste, making nutrition more enjoyable, and potentially reduce your risk of serious health complications by preventing harmful bacteria from entering your bloodstream. After washing your tongue, let's shift our focus to what's literally keeping you on your feet. Your feet carry more than just your weight, they support your entire future. With 1/4 of all your bones housed in your feet, they form the foundation of your mobility. Yet ironically, most of us give them nothing more than a quick splash in the shower, overlooking their critical role in maintaining our independence. What if I told you that the way you clean your feet could be the difference between staying independent or ending up in assisted living? It sounds dramatic, but it's true. As we age, blood flow to our extremities naturally slows down, and our feet are often the first to show warning signs like swelling or changes in skin tone. This decreased circulation creates the perfect storm for foot problems that can severely limit your independence. Those spaces between your toes, dark, warm, and often forgotten, become perfect breeding grounds for fungi and bacteria. What starts as a minor oversight in your shower routine can quickly escalate into a major health concern. For the nearly 27% of adults over 65 with diabetes, proper foot care isn't just about comfort. It's a vital defense against potentially devastating outcomes. When diabetes affects circulation and nerve function, even a small infection between the toes can progress unnoticed until it becomes serious enough to require medical intervention, or in worst cases, amputation. Even if you don't have diabetes, declining immune function makes fighting off these infections increasingly difficult as you age. Take Thomas, for example. This 73-year-old learned the critical importance of foot hygiene after developing a fungal infection due to neglect. Fortunately, his situation improved within weeks once he committed to washing his feet properly every evening. But infections aren't the only concern. Poor foot hygiene directly impacts your stability and balance. Falls remain the leading cause of injury among seniors, and many don't realize that proper foot care could significantly reduce this risk. Those aches and stability issues you've been dismissing as just getting older might actually stem from neglected foot care. The solution is surprisingly simple, but requires more than just a casual rinse. Proper foot hygiene involves thorough washing with mild soap, paying special attention to those spaces between your toes where trouble starts. Complete drying afterward is absolutely essential. Those moisture-loving fungi can't take hold on dry skin. Think of daily foot care as an investment in your future independence. By incorporating a routine that includes washing, careful drying, and moisturizing, you're not just preventing infections, you're potentially improving your balance and mobility. Regular foot inspections also serve as an early warning system for broader health concerns, like poor circulation, before they become serious problems. That's why taking just 3 minutes each day for proper foot care might be the most important thing you do to preserve your independence. When you consider that these 3 minutes could be the difference between living on your own terms or requiring assisted living, it suddenly seems like a small price to pay. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment "Healthy Life" below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss any future videos. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you. While maintaining your feet keeps you mobile, there's another part of your body that's actually working around the clock to keep you healthy: your underarms. Have you ever wondered why some seniors seem to bounce back quickly from seasonal illnesses while others struggle for weeks? The surprising difference may not be in their medication cabinet or diet plan, but in their shower routine, specifically how they care for the lymphatic hub that sits right under their arms. Your underarms are more than just a spot that occasionally needs deodorant. They're home to a critical cluster of lymph nodes that serve as a major drainage hub for your upper body. Think of these nodes as your body's natural filtration system, working constantly to trap and eliminate waste products and harmful pathogens before they can spread through your system. Most people assume underarm hygiene is simply about preventing embarrassing odors, but for seniors, proper care of this area takes on far greater importance. The stakes get much higher after 70, when the efficiency of your entire immune response begins to naturally decline. The skin in our underarms becomes thinner and more delicate as we age, explains Dr. Helen Carter, a lymphatic health specialist. This makes the area increasingly susceptible to irritation from trapped moisture, harsh chemicals, and bacteria buildup. Dr. Carter emphasizes that proper underarm hygiene becomes increasingly important after age 70, when the lymphatic system naturally slows down and requires additional support. Consider what happens when this filtration system gets clogged. Sweat, dead skin cells, and residue from antiperspirants can accumulate in the underarm area, creating a barrier that hampers your lymphatic system's ability to do its job effectively. This doesn't just lead to unpleasant odors, it can actually compromise your body's ability to fight off infections. Take Olivia, who at 78 was dealing with recurring underarm rashes and seemed to catch every cold that made the rounds at her senior center. Her situation changed dramatically when she switched to a mild, unscented soap and adopted a more deliberate washing technique. Within weeks, the rashes disappeared, and she noticed she was getting sick far less frequently. So what exactly does proper underarm hygiene look like for seniors? It's not complicated, but it does require intentionality. Start with gentle circular motions using a soft washcloth or sponge. This helps loosen sweat and bacteria without irritating your delicate skin. Avoid harsh scrubbing, which can damage the skin barrier and actually make irritation worse. Thorough rinsing is equally important. Any soap residue left behind can dry out your skin and cause irritation that may lead to scratching, creating tiny breaks in the skin where bacteria can enter. After washing, take time to completely dry your underarms, as moisture creates the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. Here's a tip most seniors aren't aware of. Allow your underarms to air out briefly before applying deodorant. This small step can significantly reduce the risk of irritation and actually improve the effectiveness of your deodorant product. Individuals who have adopted this more mindful approach to underarm hygiene often report unexpected benefits beyond just improved odor control. Many notice smoother skin, improved blood circulation in the area, and an unexpected boost to their overall vitality. These aren't just coincidences, they're the result of giving proper attention to one of your body's most important filtration hubs. From one filtration system to another, just as your underarms protect your lymphatic health, your nasal passages guard the gateway to your lungs. Did you know your nose filters an astonishing 10,000 quarts of air every day? This remarkable filtration system works constantly to protect you, but when it becomes compromised with age, the consequences can be far more serious than you might imagine. Your nasal passages aren't just passageways for air. They're sophisticated defense mechanisms designed to trap harmful particles before they reach your lungs. Think of them as security guards, standing at the entrance to your respiratory system, catching potential troublemakers before they can cause problems deeper inside your body. As we move into our later years, these nasal passages naturally become drier and more vulnerable to irritation. The protective mucus that once flowed freely begins to thin and diminish, leaving your nasal tissues more exposed to the countless irritants in the air around you. This natural aging process makes proper nasal hygiene not just helpful, but essential after 65, yet it remains one of the most overlooked aspects of senior healthcare. That persistent congestion you've been experiencing, those frequent sinus infections that seem to hit you every few months, even those breathing difficulties that wake you up at night. Many seniors simply accept these as inevitable parts of growing older, when in reality, they're often clear indicators that your nasal passages need better attention. What many don't realize is how deeply this neglect can affect your overall quality of life. When your nasal passages aren't functioning properly, your sleep quality suffers tremendously. You might not even realize you're waking up multiple times throughout the night, gasping for clearer breath. The next day, that unexplained fatigue, those moments of mental fog, or even that increased risk of falling due to drowsiness, all potentially tied back to poor nasal hygiene. Take James, for example. At 69, this retired construction worker had resigned himself to a life of seasonal allergies and fragmented sleep. "I just figured it was part of getting older," he explains. "I'd wake up every morning feeling like I hadn't slept at all." That all changed when his doctor suggested a simple daily nasal rinse. After just a week of clearing years of accumulated irritants from his nasal passages, James experienced what felt like a transformation. "I hadn't breathed this freely since I was in my 40s, he recalls, "and I'm finally sleeping through the night again." The good news is that maintaining healthy nasal passages doesn't require expensive equipment or complicated procedures. You have several effective options that can easily become part of your daily routine. Simple warm water rinses can work wonders. Saline sprays, available at any pharmacy, provide gentle moisture while flushing away irritants. For a more thorough cleansing, many seniors find relief with neti pots, small containers designed specifically for nasal irrigation that gently flush out your nasal passages with a saltwater solution. During winter months, when heated homes create especially dry air, many seniors experience painful nasal dryness that can lead to cracking and even bleeding. A simple solution: apply a tiny amount of natural oil, like coconut oil, just inside your nostrils. This creates a protective barrier that locks in moisture and helps block irritants from adhering to sensitive tissues. What's truly remarkable is how quickly these simple practices can transform your breathing and overall well-being. Most people report noticeable improvements within days, breathing more freely, sleeping through the night without interruption, and saying goodbye to those tension headaches and allergy flare-ups that they'd mistakenly accepted as permanent fixtures in their lives. Before revealing the fifth crucial area, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss any future content. Let's continue learning together. Moving beyond nasal hygiene, let's explore other hidden areas of your body that become increasingly problematic with age. Did you know that the most dangerous places on your body after 70 might be the areas you can barely see? These hidden folds and creases of your skin harbor colonies of microorganisms that could be silently undermining your health in ways far more serious than you might imagine. As we age, our bodies naturally develop more folds and creases in our skin. This wouldn't be such an issue, except for one critical problem. At the same time, our skin becomes significantly thinner and produces less natural oil to protect itself. This combination creates the perfect storm for potential health problems that many seniors never see coming. Think about all the places where skin meets skin on your body: under your breasts, in the groin area, between your buttocks, and those neck creases that develop with age. These aren't just innocent folds. They're warm, moist environments where bacteria and fungi find ideal conditions to multiply. Yet during your daily shower or bath, these areas often get little more than a quick pass with soap and water, if they're addressed at all. For those carrying extra weight or managing diabetes, these skin folds become even more vulnerable to a painful condition doctors call intertrigo. This isn't just a minor irritation. It's inflamed skin that can quickly become infected and surprisingly difficult to treat, especially in bodies with already compromised healing abilities. Take Margaret, for example. At 81, she suffered from recurring rashes under her breasts for years, believing it was just another inevitable indignity of aging. The constant discomfort affected her willingness to go out and enjoy life. She was shocked to learn that simply washing and thoroughly drying these areas daily could prevent the painful condition that had been diminishing her quality of life for so long. What makes these hidden areas particularly concerning isn't just the local irritation they cause. The bacteria that collect in these skin folds can actually enter your bloodstream through microscopic breaks in your thinning skin. Once inside, these microorganisms can potentially trigger serious systemic infections that an aging immune system struggles to fight off. The solution is straightforward, but requires deliberate attention. Each hidden fold needs gentle cleaning with mild soap and warm water. But here's where most seniors make a critical mistake. They don't thoroughly dry these areas afterward. Moisture left behind creates the perfect breeding ground for the very organisms you're trying to eliminate. For those with mobility challenges, reaching all these areas can be difficult. A soft towel works well for accessible areas, but for hard-to-reach places, a hairdryer set on the cool setting can be an excellent alternative. This approach ensures complete drying without requiring the flexibility many seniors no longer have. After cleaning and drying, many geriatric specialists recommend taking prevention a step further. For areas particularly prone to moisture, applying a thin layer of cornstarch, important note, not talcum powder, helps absorb excess moisture throughout the day. Alternatively, a zinc oxide cream creates a protective barrier between skin folds, preventing friction and moisture buildup that leads to irritation. These simple steps might seem minor, but they address problems that significantly impact quality of life. Beyond preventing painful rashes and reducing infection risk, proper skin fold care eliminates persistent odors that might be affecting your confidence and willingness to engage socially, something particularly important for maintaining mental health as we age. While proper skin fold care preserves your social confidence, there's another hygiene practice that literally determines whether you'll keep living independently. The truth might surprise you. The number one reason many seniors end up needing nursing home care is directly connected to urinary tract infections and related complications. This sensitive region that few want to discuss openly becomes the determining factor between living in your own home or requiring full-time care. The perineal area, the genital and anal regions, requires special attention as we age, but it's a topic most seniors avoid discussing, even with healthcare providers. This silence creates a dangerous knowledge gap that can have serious consequences for your independence and dignity. What makes this area so critical? When UTIs strike seniors, they often don't present with the typical burning sensation younger adults experience. Instead, these infections frequently trigger sudden confusion that doctors sometimes misdiagnose as dementia. This misunderstanding happens because most people don't realize how dramatically aging changes the way infections manifest in the body. For women over 70, hormonal changes significantly increase UTI risk. The thinning of vaginal tissue and changes in vaginal pH create an environment where bacteria can more easily travel up the urinary tract. Men aren't immune either. As the prostate naturally enlarges with age, it can interfere with complete bladder emptying, creating a reservoir of bacteria harboring urine that increases infection risk. The cognitive effects of these infections can be particularly alarming. Family members often witness a loved one becoming suddenly disoriented, agitated, or exhibiting behavior changes that seem to come out of nowhere. What they don't realize is that proper daily hygiene could have prevented this frightening scenario entirely. Consider Robert's story. At 83, he faced serious mobility challenges that made bathroom activities difficult. After several UTIs led to repeated hospitalizations, he feared losing his independence. Rather than surrender to assisted living, Robert worked with an occupational therapist to adapt his bathroom. By installing a handheld shower attachment and using long-handled washing tools, he created a system that allowed thorough daily cleaning of his perineal area without assistance. These simple modifications prevented the infections that had previously threatened his independent living. The solution isn't complicated, but it does require consistency. Start with using cleansers specifically formulated for sensitive skin. Harsh soaps can disrupt the natural balance of beneficial bacteria and actually increase infection risk. For women, always remember the front-to-back washing rule to prevent introducing intestinal bacteria into the urinary tract. And perhaps most importantly, ensure the area is completely dry before dressing, as moisture creates the perfect breeding ground for harmful microorganisms. Mobility limitations shouldn't prevent proper hygiene. If bending or reaching is difficult, consider adaptive tools that extend your reach. Long-handled sponges allow access to difficult areas without straining. Handheld showers provide targeted cleaning with minimal movement. For days when a full cleaning routine is challenging, specially designed cleansing wipes can help maintain hygiene between more thorough washings. For those managing incontinence, changing protective garments promptly and cleaning the area thoroughly with each change is essential. Even mild skin irritation can quickly escalate to serious breakdown when combined with moisture and bacteria, a potentially devastating complication for seniors. Remember that maintaining independence isn't just about preventing major health crises. It's about preserving your dignity and quality of life. The ability to care for your most personal needs independently contributes significantly to your sense of autonomy and self-worth. Now that you've seen the 6 critical areas that must be washed daily, the question is, will you take action? Did you know that many senior hospitalizations could be prevented with something as simple as proper hygiene? Neglecting just one of these areas could lead to infections, mobility issues, or even serious health risks. But the good news? You don't have to change everything overnight. Start with just one area tomorrow. Maybe it's your tongue or those often forgotten feet. Then gradually build a habit that keeps you healthy, independent, and thriving for years to come. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today. So which area will you focus on first? Let me know in the comments below. If you've made it this far, write clean body in the comments so I'll know who the true champions are. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss future content. And don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs it. Now, check out this next video to keep learning. See you there. If you've made it this far, write clean body in the comments so I'll know who the true champions are. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss future content. And don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs it. Now check out this next video to keep learning. See you there.